Hello everybody, my name is Aud and welcome back to the Aud Narrations channel. Today we're reading a story titled My 25 Male Girlfriend 25 Female has given up on her career after I became a millionaire. How do I tell her this won't work out? As always, if you enjoy these videos and want to see more, make sure to hit the subscribe button. As it turns out, only about 5% of my viewers are actually subscribed, so it would really help out the channel if you hit the subscribe button. Thank you. Right, let's make a start. The post reads, some backstory. I met my girlfriend, Kylie, fake name, in community college 7 years ago. We became really close friends and started dating 2 years later. At the time, she wanted to be a nurse, which was great. She was really passionate about it and I fully supported her. I ended up transferring to a 4-year university and earning my MBA. Kylie supported me emotionally the entire time through school, which I'm grateful for. Kylie's parents ended up cutting her off financially because of her spending habits. She ended up taking a year off to work and help with her bills. In the meantime, I invested all my savings, time and energy into a startup platform with my best friend in the automotive industry. Earlier this year, we were bought out for a life-changing amount of money, and we were both kept on as consultants with a high-paying salary as well. Kylie had kept her job at the jewelry store this entire time. After the buyout, she told me she was handing in her 2 weeks. I offered to pay for her school and expenses, and at first she was excited to go back and earn her nursing degree. I ended up purchasing a condo for us to live in, big step up from our apartment, close to her school. Over the weekend we were talking, and she threw out the fact that she wasn't sure about wanting to go back to school, and she could be a stay-at-home wife. We're not married. I didn't say anything at the moment because I'm not sure how to respond. Part of what attracted me to her in the first place was her ambition. It just doesn't sit right with me that she quit her job and career goals after I came into money. Her shopping and spending has also gone up. She's been looking at new cars. I could be overreacting, but something doesn't seem right. I still love her and I want it to work out, but I don't like this new side of her that I'm seeing. Thanks in advance. That's a tricky one. I think it would just require a very honest conversation between the two of you, where OP needs to sort of explain what he's not sure about, like if something's worrying him, right? What he's insecure isn't the right word, but what they need to have an honest conversation basically, where he explains exactly what he was attracted to her for, and part of it, and hopefully she gets the message. It's also good to address her spending habits, especially if she's not earning anything. In her head maybe it's not her money, so she's happy to spend it because it doesn't really have value to her in a way. Right, let's take a look at some of the comments. Someone left a comment saying, I'm not sure what kind of advice you want here. It's pretty easy to tell her that you never wanted a stay-at-home spouse. You want a partner that's also contributing to the household, and that you really valued her ambition towards having her own career and independence. You need to have a really frank discussion that as of right now, your assets are not shared wealth, that you're happy to help her go back to school, but that you intend for your lifestyle to be whatever, and that you intend to invest further into your future. Opie replied saying, so here's a detail I left out. Her mum was a stay-at-home mum. Her dad is very well off, so I don't think she sees anything wrong with her decision. That's the family life she was raised in. When we first got together, she said she wanted to be the complete opposite of her mum. She wanted to be independent and have a career. In the future, if we end up having kids after I get married, I don't mind her being a stay-at-home mum, but for now, that's way too far down the line. Someone replied saying, I mean, generally there's nothing wrong with being a stay-at-home partner or spouse, but that has to be a mutual decision. Someone else replied to that, saying, stay-at-home parent? Absolutely nothing wrong with that. 25-year-old stay-at-home boyfriend-girlfriend? No, there is very much something wrong there. Someone replied saying, I agree, like, what do you do with yourself? I think that's the other thing, is like, you'd just be so bored. You'd get so bored, especially if she was an ambitious person. She probably would get stir-crazy. Someone else left a comment, saying, she all of a sudden sees your money as her money. You need to explain to her that you aren't going to fund her life and she needs to be an adult and earn her own living. Someone else replied saying, and he didn't shut her down, just kept nodding after the spending went up, talking about a new car, not working. OP is a doormat. Someone else left a comment saying, now you see why her parents cut her off financially. She's a mooch. Sit her down and explain that you're willing to pay for basics, and only if she goes back to school, but you will not be paying for anything more, and she needs to continue to work. After all this time, school should have been finished. OP replied saying, side story for the reason she got cut off. She ran over her friend with her car. What? Kylie says it was unintentional. The friend disagrees with that. The friend ends up suing Kylie's parents on the basis of them owning the car that Kylie was driving. Anyway, Kylie's parents ended up settling with a friend for $250,000. Oh my god. They told Kylie she needed to get a job and get her own car after this. Fucking hell, that's rough. Someone else left a comment saying, my sister's this way. She's 35 now and hasn't worked in over a decade. Her husband works 12 to 16 hours a day and then comes home to do all the chores because my sister is too tired from Pilates and shopping to do chores. Poor guy. Don't be in relationships with gold diggers. This will be your future. And they write and edit. Also, you should not date people who run other people over with their cars. Holy burying the lead, Batman. Someone replied saying, yep, this is OP's future. Honestly, this type of personality is not one you can really work out with a partner. She might agree to go back to school, but about anything, as soon as OP either proposes or marries her, she'll ditch school / her job to do exactly what she's been planning all along. To be a stay-at-home wife, with a rich husband to fund all her fancy skincare and clothes, etc. As others have said, there's nothing wrong with a stay-at-home mum if that's what you both want, but there's something wrong with her sitting at home and spending all your money because you're rich now. Right, OP writes a part 2, which is just an update, same title. And the post reads, first, I'd like to thank everyone for their time and advice. I truly appreciate everyone's input. I had a serious conversation with my girlfriend Kylie about our future on Thursday night. I told her that she needed to figure out a plan for the future, whether that was finding a job or going back to school. And I told her if she does go back to school, I would support her financially, including paying for her degree. And I told her I would give her until December to figure out her plan. She ended up getting really defensive and told me that she's the reason I'm in the position where I am in life. She said that I should pay for her lifestyle since she was there from the start. She then proceeded to tell me that she wasted 5 years of her life with me. Nice. She told me that she could have been married and had a family by now. I was shocked, because I've never seen this side of her. She was having a complete meltdown. I ended the conversation by telling her I tried my best to make this relationship work, but it won't work like this. Unlike her, I come from a very middle-class family. Both of my parents had jobs and contributed to the house. It was like she was a completely different person. And that's when I realized the money had really changed her. I basically told her that I had a business trip that she knew about already, and when I get back on Tuesday, to have all of her stuff moved and give her a mutual friend that I trust the keys. I cancelled her credit card the same night. The car she currently drives has $6,000 left on the loan. Luckily the car is in her name, so I'm not responsible for it. I've been making the payments on it for her for the past 6 months, and also I don't feel too bad like I'm kicking her to the street since her parents would never let her be homeless. Fast forward to Friday, her sister called me a few times and I ignored it, but then decided to answer since they were inside my condo. The sister basically told me that Kylie has been crying the whole day and wanted to work things out, and I told her it was too far gone to repair. And then today, her best friend called, wanting to know if I was able to meet for some drinks, which I thought was odd. Her best friend told me that she has some things to show me which were causing her to lose sleep. I told her I would think about it, but honestly, I don't care at this point. About whatever Kylie did behind my back would just cause more pain. When I get back, I'm going to put the condo back on the market, because I have no use for it anymore. I honestly have no interest in dating anymore. It's way too difficult for me to see the true intentions in people. Thanks again for all the help and support. This will probably be the end of this post, hopefully. Side note, I had a lot of questions about Kylie running over a friend. I didn't know Kylie when this happened. Kylie originally spent her first semester of college at a private university. Kylie told me that she accidentally put her car in drive instead of reverse and ended up hitting her friend. Kylie was super apologetic, and the friend forgave her on the spot. And then the friend's mum found out about her daughter being hit by a car. They did research and learned that Kylie's dad was a big-time CEO of a major corporation and decided to sue her parents. The lawsuit was settled out of court between Kylie's parents and the friend for $250,000. Kylie had to leave the private college after that and join me since her parents wanted her living back at home. I don't think it was intentional on Kylie's part, honestly, but then again, I saw a different side of her for the first time in 7 years of knowing her. Right, let's take a look at the comments. Someone left a comment saying, I would take a moment to lock down your credit, be prepared to put up cameras, be ready for a mess when you get home, have your phone ready to video in case you need proof later. I hope that I'm overestimating how badly she'll take this, but she seems like she currently has no clear path to a better life, and she may strike out at you as the reason. You are right in all you've done, just don't count it as over yet. Oh my god. Someone replied saying, yeah, maybe I've spent too much time on Reddit reading crazy stories, but breaking up with her and then leaving her alone in your apartment seems like it wasn't the smartest decision. What's to stop her from changing the locks and demanding you go through a formal eviction process and dragging this out, or wrecking the whole place before she goes? It would have been smarter to have her out before you left, or to have waited to break up with her until you came back. Even if nothing bad happens now, in the future, if you ever land yourself in a situation like this, don't dump someone and then leave on a trip, leaving them alone inside your apartment. Someone else left a comment saying, so Kylie has a rich family or something? This is written in such a way where I have to guess the shit you left open-ended. How the fuck does money change someone with a rich dad? Like what? Just fair. It's a fair comment. But, I mean, if Kylie's been stuck working and then sees an opportunity to emulate the life that her mum saw, it makes more sense, I think. Someone else left a comment saying, I'm guessing she was either cheating or trying to baby trap, and a friend feels guilty knowing. Someone replied saying, it does have me curious. BFF is losing sleep over it and is willing to throw Kylie under the bus because of it? Or does she just want a chance to buddy up to OP? Someone replied saying, it's either to create unnecessary drama or to get in where her girl missed out. No matter what else, it might be really that it's one of those two things, or both. I'd say leave it be. Walk away carefree. 100%. Right. Oh, interesting story. We'll have to finish that for today, I think. What do you think OP should do? What would you do in OP's shoes? Let me know in the comments. As always, if you enjoyed these videos and want to see more, make sure to hit the subscribe button. That way you won't miss the latest upload. Alrighty. Thank you very much for listening, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.